Hello, fellow fat-fighting bloggers. It's a beautiful day here in Miami, March 19th, 2012, and this is my vlog version of the E2E challenge update number 11, and I have a placeholder on my blog, and this is what I will be uploading to that. Because I missed my update, hubby and I were out all day yesterday. We went to the Japanese Hatsume Festival at the Murakami Gardens, and that was great fun. But we didn't get home till late. We went out afterwards. We were in the Boca Raton area, and then we came home. Crowley got home out, and then went to Whole Foods because, of course, we had to get good, nutritious stuff for the week. So we didn't get home till about 10. So, not the most wonderful week in Princess Dieter land. The struggle continues, and I think those of you who've been reading me know that I've been having a struggle. Which a lot of us who have had a lot of weight to lose, we hit this wall, most of us hit this wall where we either start to maintain, and in my case, I've had 2 seasons of it. Fall and winter were essentially seasons of maintenance, and now tomorrow, spring, is it tomorrow that spring starts or the day after? Well, spring is about to start, and I don't want spring to be a season of maintenance, and I certainly don't want spring to be a season of losing ground, of backsliding. And last week has been a week of backsliding, added to some others, and I can't blame it on much other than my lack of focus, my distraction, my complacency, my sense of entitlement. I have been such a good girl. I have lost so much weight. I have done so much exercise. I can have this. No, I can't have this. Those of you who read the blogosphere, who read other fat-fighting bloggers who have lost 100 pounds, 120 pounds, 150 pounds, maybe 70 pounds, maybe 50 pounds, you know the wall that comes, the obstacle that comes, the moment that comes where you start feeling like you can have a little bit more. You don't have to be as meticulous. You don't have to log every single bite. You don't have to do X, Y, and Z that you did earlier when you were on fire, when you were unmotivated. But the truth is that as much as some of us do ingrain good habits that hold us off for a while, if we don't continue to exercise that muscle, it weakens. The self-control muscle, well, that's a metaphor for the part of your brain that exercises self-control. We call it a muscle, but it's really a part of the brain. It's habituation. And if you start loosening the habits that got you into that good place of self-control, bad habits come back, and you have that little extra serving of this and the little extra serving of that, and next thing you know, the scale's going up. Many of us, and especially those of us who are a little older, we can't be careless. Young people can, and their bodies can respond, and they can be more active, but those of us who are creaky and postmenopausal or whatever, not so fresh, we can't afford cutting corners. And those of us who are morbidly obese or super obese, your body's just not the same, your hormones are not the same, your metabolism is not the same. I haven't binged since May of 2010. That's almost 2 years, and that's really good, and I'm really proud of that. But I have been creeping up with the calories. It is that sense of entitlement. It's also complacency, and it's also like, oh, I want it. I've been so good and I want this. I want a little bit more. I can't be that way. So I've weakened in self-control. So my exercise for this week is to get that back. So in the book, my challenge book, one of them, Willpower, Instinct by Dr. Kayleigh McGonigal, she talks about the things that get in the way of self-control, distractions. And I have been distracted. There's been a lot of activities that I've wanted to do. There's a project that I started to do, the decluttering of my home, and then I found that as I focused on that, it was easier to overeat. And by overeat, people, I'm not talking about I'm going out and binging on pizzas and McDonald's. I mean, you know, a little bit more of this, a little bit more of that, a little carelessness with the olive oil, a little extra cheese, 2 more servings of fruit. It does not take that much more to regain. Look at some of the bloggers around you who are regaining, and I'm not going to name names, but you know them and you love them and you're seeing them get the weight back, and some of them have left. Rather than talk about regaining weight, rather than being accountable, they've disappeared. But the ones who are struggling and that you're praying for them, you're cheering them on, you're wishing them well, because when you do that, you're wishing yourself well. Baby cakes, you will probably be in the same place as these people. These people who thought they had it licked, they don't have it licked, and neither do I. I have my issues now, and so what I want to do is attack the issue before I've regained 20 pounds, right? Or 30, or 40, or 50, or 100. So, in the book she talks about that, and here's an excerpt I'd like to read. For example, one study asked people how many food-related decisions they made in one day. What would you say? On average, people guessed 14. In reality, when these same folks carefully tracked their decisions, the average was 227. That's more than 200 choices people were initially unaware of. And those are just the decisions related to eating. How can you control yourself if you aren't even aware that there is something to control? Another study talks about students trying to remember a telephone number are 50% more likely to choose chocolate cake over fruit at a snack cart. Distracted shoppers are more susceptible to in-store promotions and more likely to go home with items not on their shopping lists. You get my drift. If it says texting as you stand in line waiting to order at the coffee shop, you might find yourself asking for a mocha milkshake instead of an iced coffee. So I'm going to have to be aware of these distractions, and I'm going to have to be aware of every single decision I'm making, what's leading up to those decisions, for when I make a poor decision, what led to that, and get back to the place of making the best decisions, because it isn't even that I'm making the worst decisions. I'm not making the best ones for me on this journey. So while I'm not going nuts at Chili's or Taco Bell, I haven't been there in who knows how long, more than a year and a half. I have to still make the best decisions. I don't have the leeway. To make that's just an okay decision. I have to make the better and the best decisions and get in the habit of making the better and the best decisions. Or this little girl here is going to be 300 pounds again. That's how it goes. So in the book, she recommends one of the ways to tap into the part of the brain and expand self-control is to meditate. Did you know that? I didn't know that. And I'm someone who has done Christian meditating for a good portion of my life. But I've gotten out of the habit lately because I've been doing this and I've been doing that and I've been working and I've been doing Pilates and I've been trying to do this and the project and reading and manga and anime and this convention and that art exhibit, and it's like meditation has gone out the window. And Christian meditation is different than what Dr. McGonigal recommends. She's talking about almost the empty mind meditation, and she says start with 5 minutes. 5 minutes a day, and just focus on breathing. Sit in a position that you have to hold and focus on not thinking, just focus on breathing, focus on a clear mind. And that's not always easy to do. We are people who are used to having stimulation, whether it's the web, the YouTube, the blogs, the Facebook, the TV, the radio, the iPod, the computer. But this is just to be sitting calmly with your legs crossed or sitting in a chair and holding the position and clearing your mind, focusing on the breath for 5 minutes and 10 minutes, 15 minutes, which you can hold. Because it's fighting to hold that and to concentrate and focus actually improves self-control. Cool, huh? So if you're having trouble too, like me, maybe this is something you want to try. And if you want to get Dr. McGonigal's book, she has actually the steps on how to do it if you've never meditated. My forms of meditation that I've done in the past have been, I've done some of this blank mind stuff, but mostly it's been Christian meditation, where you focus on an attribute of God, a verse, an idea, a concept such as love or peace or holiness or self-control or mercy, forgiveness, these things. You ponder them quietly and diligently in your mind for a moment. Or you empty your mind to try to hear the voice of God, which is closer, actually, interestingly, to what Dr. McGonigal recommends, because it's you being calm and clear and not busy in your brain, just listening. So we'll see. So last week I wanted to recommit And every single day I was thinking about that I need to recommit. So this week I need to focus on regaining self-control, regaining focus and self-control, using this exercise, continuing to read Dr. McConaughey's book, of course. Fluids this week was great. Exercise, did my two Pilates, only walked twice, counting the week to Saturday, of course. The week starts with Sunday. So for this week, I've already walked an hour, danced an hour, and did an hour of Pilates. Well, almost an hour. It was more like 45 minutes because I got there a little late. If my knee allows me, because it's still sore from yesterday's dancing. Ow! Thank you, DJ Heavy Grinder. You were great, but my knee hurts. Knees both hurt. The weather is amazing. It's like 80 degrees, 78 degrees, and so I'm going to want to walk if my knees let me. Fluids, like I said, were great. Mood is not bad. The mood is good. Very happy yesterday. Very giggly, very happy. Energy's good. Not sleeping 14 hours anymore. And I just need to get back what I had. Not lose any more ground or I'll be obese very soon. I've already regained 5 pounds from my lowest. 177.4 was my lowest, 5 pounds up. Although the lowest was not something I held very long. That was sort of like this freak thing that happened. I only had it for like a couple of days and then went back up and then I got that and went back up. So stop regaining, stop maintaining, and make spring a season of doing it again, gaining ground, doing it. Because I want to be at my goal by my time frame. I created this blog to be at 160 pounds by September 3rd, 2012. It's coming up, September 3rd is coming up, and I want to be 160 by then. If I can make it to 160, that's the time I gave myself. 2 years. 2 years to happy weight after. So, wish me well. Pray for me if you're a praying person. And if you want prayer, leave a comment. I will pray for you too, by name, and specifically what it is you're having trouble with, and I'll pray for you too. And try the meditation, and continue to support people fighting this fight. And God bless you all. God bless you a lot, and have a wonderful week. Amen to the week. Bye.